Welcome news for one of the biggest retailers in the world as consumers still feel the pinch of persistent inflation. Ikea is known for its steep discounts on furniture, storage, and home decor, and now those discounts are about to get even steeper.
IKEA's biggest secret isn't their Swedish meatballs, it's how they've been manipulating your brain every time you walk through those doors. What they don't want you discovering could save you thousands. Walking into IKEA is like entering a furniture funhouse designed by Swedish masterminds who clearly studied mouse psychology. You think you're just popping in for a simple bookshelf, but 2 hours later you're lost somewhere between the fake living rooms and those tiny pencils, clutching a cart full of things you never knew existed. Here's what they don't tell you. That winding path isn't accidental. It's engineered chaos. IKEA deliberately creates a one-way maze that forces you past every single product category. Unlike normal furniture stores where you can beeline straight to what you need, IKEA puts the essentials at the very end. Want a mattress? Well, you're going to see every kitchen gadget, throw pillow, and mysterious Swedish contraption first. The average shopper spends twice as long wandering IKEA compared to other furniture chains. Even folks who've been there dozens of times still get turned around like tourists in a foreign city. And here's the kicker. That's exactly what they want. When you're tired and overwhelmed, your brain stops making smart money decisions. It's like grocery shopping when you're hungry, except instead of buying extra cookies, you're suddenly convinced you need a $7 ice cube tray shaped like tiny polar bears. Studies show IKEA shoppers make way more unplanned purchases than people shopping at regular department stores. That, oh, this is only $3 mentality adds up faster than a taxi meter in Manhattan traffic. But here's your secret weapon. Those little shortcut arrows on the store map aren't just suggestions. They're escape routes. Most people ignore them completely, but savvy shoppers use these hidden passages to skip entire sections and actually get out before dinner time. The store layout isn't your enemy once you understand the game. Think of it like learning the back roads in your neighborhood. Suddenly, that hour-long traffic jam becomes a 5-minute detour. However, even knowing these shortcuts won't save you if you make the biggest IKEA mistake of all. Your grandmother probably told you to measure twice, cut once. Well, the same rule applies to IKEA shopping, except most people ignore it completely. They waltz in there like they're going to a carnival, ready to be surprised by whatever catches their eye. Big mistake. Going to IKEA without a plan is like grocery shopping when you're hungry. You'll come home with 3 types of cheese and no actual dinner. The store counts on this. They want you wandering around, discovering things you never knew you needed. But here's what smart shoppers do instead. They sit at their kitchen table with a tape measure and the IKEA website. Boring? Maybe. Wallet saving? Absolutely. Write down every measurement. I'm talking about the width of that awkward corner where you want a bookshelf, the height under your stairs, even the dimensions of your car trunk. You'd be amazed how many people buy a dresser that won't fit through their bedroom door. It happens more than you'd think. The IKEA website is your secret weapon here. You can browse their entire catalog without fighting crowds or getting distracted by those little room displays. Check what's actually in stock at your location too. Nothing's more frustrating than trekking across town for something that's been sold out for weeks. Then there's the shopping list. Not just I need a chair, but the actual product name and item number. Expedite bookshelf, article number, whatever. Write it down like you're planning a military operation. Most people skip this step because it feels like homework, but those same people end up making 3 trips back to IKEA, returning stuff that doesn't fit or forgetting the one thing they actually came for. The employees will tell you, prepared customers get in and out fast. Unprepared ones, they're the ones wandering around 2 hours later, looking lost and carrying random picture frames. Speaking of smart shopping strategies, let's talk about where the real bargains hide. Here's where IKEA gets sneaky and actually helps your wallet. The real money savers aren't those Instagram famous Billy bookcases everyone obsesses over. Nope. The biggest bargains hide in the small stuff downstairs. Those $1 ice cube trays, $2 spice jars, $5 17-piece container sets. That's where IKEA crushes the competition like my neighbor Bob crushes his diet every weekend. Let me put this in perspective. I bought a kitchen utensil set at IKEA for $3. The exact same spatulas and tongs cost $12 at Target. $12! That's 4 times more expensive for what's essentially the same piece of plastic that'll flip your pancakes just fine. But here's what really surprised me. The quality of their small items often beats their furniture by miles. Those colorful dish towels for 99 cents, they've survived more washing machine cycles than my marriage has survived my terrible cooking jokes. Meanwhile, that particle board dresser starts wobbling after 6 months. The weird part is most people do this backwards. They'll stress over buying a $200 couch, then skip right past the kitchen section where $20 could upgrade their entire cooking game. Smart shoppers, the ones who actually save money, they stock up on these little gems. Drawer organizers, plant pots, picture frames, bathroom accessories. It's like shopping at a dollar store, except the stuff doesn't fall apart when you look at it wrong. Then there's the textile section. Cushion covers for $5 that completely transform a room. Curtains for $8 that look like they came from somewhere fancy. Your living room gets a makeover without needing a second mortgage. The marketplace section downstairs is where this treasure hunt happens. Most people rush through it carrying their heavy boxes, sweating like they just ran a marathon. Big mistake. That's where the real deals are hiding. Speaking of mistakes, though, not everything at Ikea deserves your hard-earned money. Now here's where I save you from some expensive mistakes. Not all Ikea furniture is created equal, and frankly, some of it belongs in the thanks but no thanks category. Let's start with the particle board parade. Those dressers and bookshelves that look so sleek in the showroom, well, they're basically fancy cardboard dressed up for a dinner party. My neighbor bought one of those mom dressers. You know, the ones that practically scream Swedish minimalism. 6 months later, it was sagging like my Uncle Frank's old recliner. The particle board just can't handle real life. And don't get me started on those massive wardrobes. Sure, they photograph beautifully for Instagram, but they wobble more than a newborn giraffe. For what you'd pay at Ikea, you could find something sturdier at a local furniture store that won't require an engineering degree to assemble. Speaking of assembly, that's another red flag waving frantically. These big furniture pieces come with instruction manuals thicker than my high school yearbook. You'll need the patience of a saint and the toolbox of a professional carpenter. One missing screw, and you're stuck with expensive modern art instead of functional furniture. But here's the real kicker. A major consumer survey found sky-high return rates for certain Ikea units. Turns out what looks sturdy in the warehouse can fall apart faster than a house of cards in a windstorm. Then there's the wear factor. After just 1 or 2 years, some Ikea pieces start looking like they've been through a demolition derby. Scratches, dents, and that unmistakable tired appearance that screams college dorm room. If you're hunting for something your grandkids might inherit, Ikea's big furniture isn't your friend. Save your money for pieces that'll actually last. But wait, before you write off Ikea completely, there's a whole world of insider tricks that can save you serious cash. Now here's where things get interesting. Ikea actually wants to save you money, but they're terrible at advertising it. It's like having a rich uncle who hides cash around the house but forgets to tell anyone where it is. First up, their loyalty program. Ikea Family is completely free and gives you monthly discounts that can slash 20 to 30% off random items. My neighbor signed up last month and got half-price picture frames. The catch? Most people walk right past the sign-up booth like it's selling insurance. But the real gold mine is hiding in plain sight. That as-is section near the exit, it's basically Ikea's garage sale, except the garage belongs to Sweden's furniture empire. Returned items, display models, and pieces with tiny scratches get marked down 30 to 70%. I once found a bookshelf for $18 that retailed for $65, just because someone returned it after deciding beige wasn't their color. Here's the insider trick nobody talks about. Employees restock the as-is section Monday mornings more than any other time. It's like Black Friday for people who know the secret. Show up Tuesday morning and you're picking through leftovers. Then there's the phone hack. Some locations let you call ahead and reserve as-is items. Think of it as layaway for scratch and dent furniture. Smart shoppers browse online Sunday night, call Monday morning, and waltz in knowing their discounted dresser is waiting. The seasonal sales are another story entirely. Back to school and July 4th bring deeper cuts than a butcher shop, but Ikea markets these events about as well as my grandfather uses Instagram. You have to hunt for the deals like you're searching for buried treasure. Well, speaking of hunting for things, The food court holds secrets that go way beyond those famous Swedish meatballs, and understanding this part of IKEA might just save your shopping sanity. Here's something most people don't know about IKEA. That food court isn't just there to feed hungry shoppers, it's actually part of their master plan to keep you in the store longer. And honestly, it's brilliant. Those famous Swedish meatballs cost less than $6 for a full meal. Compare that to your average mall food court where a sad sandwich runs you $12. My neighbor Helen calls it the cheapest date in town. And she's not wrong. But here's the real genius behind it. When you're tired from dragging that cart through the maze, your brain starts making poor decisions. Like buying that lamp shaped like a pineapple. The cafeteria forces you to sit down, eat something decent, and think clearly again. Makes sense, right? Well, there's more. If you're over 65 with their loyalty card, weekday coffee is completely free. Free. My friend Bob discovered this and now treats IKEA like his personal coffee shop. He's there every Tuesday, reading his newspaper and judging people's furniture choices. The menu changes with the seasons too. They'll throw in some special Swedish dish that sounds like you're clearing your throat, but it usually tastes pretty good. And don't get me started on those cinnamon rolls. They're the size of dinner plates and disappear faster than parking spots at a doctor's office. Here's a tip the employees shared with me. Avoid the cafeteria between noon and 2 on weekends. Unless you enjoy standing behind families having heated debates about whether little Timmy can handle Swedish fish. That quick break can actually save you money. I've watched people reconsider buying a $70 storage unit over a plate of meatballs. Sometimes all you need is 15 minutes and some lingonberry sauce to realize you already have 3 storage units at home. But even with all this food court wisdom, there's still one more crucial thing about getting your purchases home. Let me tell you about IKEA's delivery situation. It's like ordering a pizza that costs more to deliver than the actual pizza. Standard delivery fees in the US range from $29 to $59. And that's before assembly, which is extra. You could literally buy another Billy bookshelf with what you're paying just to get it to your door. Here's where it gets tricky. Their return policy sounds generous, 365 days for unopened furniture. But the moment you've assembled that dresser and realized it wobbles like a drunk flamingo, good luck returning it. Assembled or used items become nearly impossible to take back. My neighbor learned this the hard way when her Hemnest dresser arrived looking like it survived a wrestling match with a forklift. She thought she could just swap it out, but the return process took 3 weekends and enough paperwork to file taxes. But here's something most people miss. Some locations partner with third-party movers for same-day delivery. The catch? Prices vary wildly, and you're basically playing delivery roulette. Well, there's also a hidden health issue nobody talks about. A surprising number of older Americans report back pain or injury from self-assembly. We're talking about lifting heavy particle board while deciphering instructions that look like ancient hieroglyphics. If your back already creaks when you get out of bed, consider paid assembly. Then there's the warranty situation. IKEA offers 10-year warranties on select items, but not most plastics or textiles. That lamp you bought? Probably not covered. The weird part is how many people assume everything's guaranteed for a decade. And here's your final reality check. Getting refunds during busy weekends is like waiting for the DMV to become efficient. Plus, you absolutely need that receipt, even for minor returns. Save every piece of paperwork like your retirement depends on it, because at IKEA, it basically does.